Remember, in school, meron silang mga breaks such as recess and lunch. And this is something that, we can also look into when we have already the sample schedule. And then, based on this establishing routine, it would be good also for us to insert physical activities. So, importante that actually not only our children, but also tayo din, okay, to be active, okay? So, insert that also with in the breaks, kasi not all the time naman the break should be active, because there are also times wherein, the child would just, want to eat snacks, pwede din siya. But what's good about being active is it actually, studies would show, diba, that being active is actually connected with the brain function and attention, okay, of us and our children. So that means to say, by being active, you might notice kasi that pag nag-start na yung schooling, parang the child is, not really motivated to do the work. So mag-break, okay, and then allow the child to be active. So pag naging active na, mas you'll see that the child would be able to focus. And then, the performance academically would improve also. So studies say that. Well, now I move on to the third. And the third I've mentioned is read, okay? And actually Rex Bookstore FB Live has this read from home with teacher Eric. And the reason why I included this as part of the preparation is that I've been asked also by some parents, how can we prepare? So ang tanong naman dito is academically. Paano yan, diba? How many months nagkaroon ng break yung anak natin? So for some of you, like for example, for my boys, by March, actually that's the last of their schooling. So that means to say they didn't come back for that school year via online. So by middle of March, tapos na. So that's how many months, diba? Parang around 4 months that they have this summer break. So ang tanong kasi ng parents is that, do I enroll them in a tutorial? Pwede bang mag-review, etc.? So the answer there is, of course, it's up to you, but the basic would be is to read. And studies would also show that actually reading is a good tool to prevent learning loss. Yung tinatawag kasi nating learning loss, this happens according to research over time. Diba? So, and ang over time, meaning to say, usually it happens during summer. And ngayon, ang tagal nung summer break natin. So, research would also say that, sa test scores, nag-i-improve, okay? And one tool that helps is actually reading. Now, I go on to the last, okay? And the last would be because, again, I am talking about online distance learning. I'll just focus briefly on discussing online safety. So, because, the World Wide Web, diba, it's so vast. And then, as they do the online distance learning, we cannot be beside them at all times. And then for older kids, we actually need to give them space. We need to also show to them that, we trust them. And it's important that you have an open conversation or communicate with them the topic online safety. And this is, talking about the risks. And really, as much as, we hope there are no risks, but, there are actually risks that would take place via online distance, when they do online distance learning. And one good tip here is, again, to be in the know, keep yourself updated with the risks as well. So, because if you are not aware, then how can you discuss this with your child? So, what are some of the risks? So, I'll just share with you. So, meron yung mga dangerous websites na pwede nilang pasukan, okay? Meron naman yung tinatawag na parang malware or virus. And I think the third one would be yung mga online frauds. So, pwede yan na, for example, click here. I don't know if you've noticed that, but ako, meron din ako nakukuha na parang sparkly pa siya. And then, of course, that has the attention, that gets the attention of the children. So when when it sparks and then it says here, click here, you won 100,000 pesos, etc. And then, of course, the initial reaction is, oh, wow, there's a prize. So the child would click that. And these are the things, that you would want to share with them while you have an open dialogue, okay? And it's important that during the open dialogue, you also tell them that, I cannot be beside you at all times. And the reason why we are discussing this is also because, I trust you, okay? That you will, make sure that you stay away from the risks. Are there, instances, meron na bang pangyayari na merong nag-pop up sa'yo na sinasabing ganito? So, talk to them because, they might have some experiences, and then from these experiences, what you can do now is to share with them some common internet safety rules, okay? And when we say common internet safety rules, again, this would be case-to-case basis in terms of how, okay, your child would learn from home. But I will just discuss some common, okay, internet safety rules. So a good example would be really is to set time limit, right? So time limit, this one, of course, parang the less exposure, so it's better, diba? Yung risk that they will have to face when they are online. So siguro yung time limits, maganda dito pag-usapan din. Engage our children regarding time limits while being online. Kasi when we say online, for some families, it does not necessarily mean that being online is equated to online distance learning. So another tip that I may share is, sometimes, diba, may bigla na lang magpa-pop up, tapos meron magchat-chat, may gustong parang kumausap. So just tell them that, if the what would pop up, okay, does not come from officially the school's learning management system, or more importantly, kung hindi nila kakilala, diba, don't chat with strangers. Or, diba, at first, if they have a feeling, parang, why is this different? Bakit bigla tong nag-pop up? Hindi naman to kasama dito sa school namin. This is outside. Then, tell them that they can go to you and you can help them in assessing. The third one, safety rule is pag nag-pop up na kasi, meron na agad baka hinihingi. Pwede yung connected sa online fraud. So, ang sinasabi would be, you won 100,000 pesos. Please give me your personal information. And when we say personal information, pwedeng personal information ng child or pwede din actually personal information ni mommy or ni daddy. The last internet safety rule that I have is actually sometimes during their online games, meron silang mga nakakausap from all over the world. And during this time, that person might say, okay, where do you live? Okay, so dyan ka pala, Quezon City. So perhaps malapit lang ako dyan, baka pwede tayo magkita, ano bang address mo, etc. And this one is actually very scary. I know, I understand, but I will not be sharing this to you if this is actually something that has not happened before. So there's a possibility na pwedeng mangyari, which of course we hope and pray na hindi nga siya mangyayari. And, chances are if we discuss these online safety rules, internet safety rules to our children, the risk would actually be lessened.